Hello everybody, it's the Farmsim guy here. Welcome back to Purbeck Valley. Now if you remember at the end of the last episode, we had sold up and made a fresh start. We'd invested a bit more kit, we bought ourselves a little shed. We don't have a farm per se, but we've got ourselves a shed, a storage shed, and we have bought 3 new fields down in the valley. So there they are. Nice square fields, hopefully will help us get a little bit more income. We started to plant. We'd already planted some maize, corn. Sorry, I was just looking at what implement I had on the back then. Didn't really realise what I had. Well, we have one field of maize. We are about to plant another field of maize, or corn, and we're going to plough under the potatoes we have in field 25 as well. Well, not plough under, cultivate under the potatoes we have in field 25. So what we'll do is we'll send our little Massey over there to get started on that field. There's our cornfield there. Did a bit of landscaping. Managed to take out a few rows of the field while we were sorting our shed out. But hopefully that doesn't have a big impact on things. So let's go along to field 3 now. In fact, there's no crop in here. I think it was potatoes, but has already been harvested. So what we'll do, because I want to optimise our yield, it hasn't been fertilised. I'm just going to run the tractor through it. Start as you mean to go on and all that. So let's just pop them in here. Shut the gate. Shut the gate. There we go. Zoom in here to field 25 is the one we want. We are going to go around the headland 4 times. That should give us enough space to avoid any issues with turning on the field. So let's generate that field course and let's set him to go. So we'll let him crack on a bit there. Hopefully you'll have no interruptions. This little Massey has been a real trooper since we bought him. Really great tractor. It's not let us down at all. So we'll let him run. And what we'll do is we'll go and jump back into our new tractor, our new little class, Arian. And we will. He's already full of fertiliser and soybeans. We're going to go with this one again. Another high margin crop. I could really do with a weight on the front of this. But once the drill is in the ground, we should be alright. Let's pop him into this field here. Get these soybeans planted. In fact, I'm going to put soybeans in both of these fields. The only reason why is I was going to do corn for corn silage, but at the moment I don't have a silage bunker. And there's a bit of expense getting silage out of the ground. You'd need a good forage harvester, so I think probably for our first season we need to think about just what's easiest to get off the field. So let's set this up. We're going to go around. We're going to 4 headland passes, but we're going to start on the up and down rows here. Turn corners. Don't believe there's anything in the field that's going to bother us. Put bypass islands on anyway, just to be on the safe side. Don't think we've got anything in any of these fields that's going to get in our way. That looks good to me. So let's send him on his merry way. Really does need a front weight on it, doesn't it? Here we go. He's off. I'm going to leave him to do his thing. We shall follow him for a little bit. Just enjoy our new fields. A fresh start for the farm. We've already got, well, we still got 77 grand in the bank, so we've not spent all of our money yet. And remember, it's not all our money anyway, because we are completely driven by a bank loan at the moment. So we need to be able at some point to start paying that bank loan back, although the interest is very low, so I don't think I necessarily need to do it relatively quickly. But I do want to avoid leasing too much equipment going forward, because we tried that up at the other farm and it starts to really eat into your profits. So I'm going to try and save up and start buying our own equipment, because longer term that's going to pay off. But for now, let's watch our soybeans getting sowed, and we will be back shortly. Take a wee break from our seeder there and come and see how the Massey was doing with the power harrow on. He's working his way nicely through this field, and what do you know, there are a couple of telegraph poles there, but I don't think they've got collision on because he's already worked his way through them. So they look pretty good, and he's doing some short edges now. He could be here for a while, but this is fast work on these fields. These two tractors doing well. No question I need a front weight, less so for this guy, but definitely you would have maybe seen the classes front end bouncing around a little bit. So as soon as this field is done, we will go and grab a front weight, maybe even two. They're relatively cheap, so in fact while he's running there I will just, I think, go and pick a couple up. 700 and 1,000. Shall we let's get one of each, shall we? We get a Massey one. Let's get a Massey coloured one. And let's get ourselves a bigger one, and let's get it in class green if we've got it. There it is. It's all about style. It's all about style. I was going to say style over substance, but we need substance as well. We're taking this very, very seriously. So let's push on with this field, and we will be back shortly. Well, we have run out of seed. I thought that was going to last the whole field, I'm not going to lie to you, but what it does mean is we can go and get our weight. Honestly, the way that was counting down, I thought we would get the whole field out of that bag of seed. Isn't that interesting? Quick refill. Okay, he's done. We will drop him off. Let's just go and grab that weight, because it is not helpful. The front end bouncing around makes it rather difficult to control. Have our colour-coded weight. Actually, it doesn't look as good as I thought it might. Oh well. Own it now. Did we spend extra money on that? I think we probably did, actually. What did I say? We're not going to be frivolous. And we've just spent it on a resprayed weight. So let's grab the seeder back, jump in and get that field done. That's where we were before the drill ran out, so let's just get ourselves back in the right spot, almost. Let's reverse up a little bit. Current waypoint. Hopefully that's us. Back on it. Won't take long to get this field finished now. So we will see you very shortly. Looks like our little Massey is just about to finish his field. In fact, I think he's done it already, but he seems to be going over it for a second run. And there's a tiny little bit left. But he's covered that ground relatively quickly, which is great. Let him finish that. Yep, there we go. Perfect timing. So that field is now ready to be sown as well. So as soon as the class is finished over there, which shouldn't be too long either, he's just doing the headlands now to finish those off. We will be in a pretty good place. Now I'm not sure if this will need 2 applications of fertilizer, because there was no crop here, so we might need to do a second application. We don't have a sprayer at the moment, so we need to think about that. Look, what we'll do is we'll get the crop in the ground first and see what the data on the field says, and if it's saying it needs more, we'll just have to think about it at the time, but it's not a big deal. And then the next thing I thought I might do, because we've got a bit of a waiting game on our hands now. We've got our plants in the ground. They need to grow. Luckily we're not on seasons, so hopefully we should see some progress relatively quickly. But something I said I would do at the start of the series to make money, which I haven't got around to actually, is look at contracts. So let's just have a look and see if there are any contracts on the go. There's fertilizing, there's sowing, 2 sowing options, 3 sowing options, bit of transporting, bit of baling, lots of fertilizing. It's clearly that time of the year. But a few sowing contracts there. There's a nice harvesting contract there. Actually, that is a very good contract, because the leased equipment is only reducing it by £500. That's an 11 grand return. That's pretty good too. fertilising. Not so good there, £1,300 off. So it's, well, say 8,000 return. Still pretty good. Yeah, we're gonna have to seriously consider some of these, aren't we? Once our little class is finished, we will set it up to go planting in the next field. I think soybeans again. Again, just for return. Let's have a look what the market is doing. But yeah, soybeans, look, 1,500 per 1,000 litres. Now you don't get as many as a crop like wheat or barley or oats, but it's not a bad return. So we will do that. Also, it doesn't produce straw, so it's less work, shall we say. You don't have to do as much for the money. We just need to get a combine on there and get it off. Fill the trailers, and then we can start getting the fields ready to be replanted again. So hopefully the turnaround is a bit quicker than leaving then straw on the ground that we then have to pick up, bale. So we will let him finish his headlands and load him up again and get him ready for the next field, and then seriously go and look at those contracts. So there we are, just rolling up to the last little bit of ground to cover. That is that field planted. In a very quick time, actually. It was very pleasingly done. And judged our seed to perfection. Exactly 2 loads through the planter, which is very handy. I'm glad I didn't have to go and top it up for just a few percent in the final bit of the field. But we are done. So we'll stop the driver. And she'll whip this back to the shed. We will hit the new field tomorrow, and seriously, hopefully that sugar beet contract doesn't go away, but we will take that one contract at least, maybe try a couple more. There's a bit of cash to be had there, and it would be remiss of us not to take it. Ah, okay. So just before we pack up for the night, we're going to have to go and get ourselves some more seed. Fertilizer I think we can manage with, but that is not enough seed to get that final field covered, so we'll just head along, grab some seed and bring it back here. I'm sure you don't want to see that, so I will call quits on things just here. Thanks for watching again. As always, it's much appreciated. If you're really enjoying the content, you're welcome to subscribe to the channel. Check out a couple of my other series that I've got going on now as well. New Park Farm, and also Oakfield Farm. If you like those, feel free to leave a like on those vids as well. But for now, from me, the Farmsim guy, we'll catch you again sometime. Thanks for watching.